Greetings, everyone! We are the Cultivation Crusaders. And I still have no idea how to open this up, so I'm just going to try and introduce the players for this campaign. First off, we have Ontarioku.
Hi there.
Ontarioku, why don't you tell us about your character a little bit?
I am Xue Zhe. They are a Jiangxi, basically a Dampier cleric, who basically was turned into creature of the night and now is out to seek vengeance on the one who did it to them as a bounty hunter.
Such a sad story, but I'm sure that people are probably going to relate to that very well. After that, we've got our... Oh, yes? Sorry, it sounded like you were about to say something.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It sounded like you were about to go say something, so I wanted you to go.
OJ, Boon goes next, or?
Yes, the next person to go would be Boon.
Yes, I am playing as Kuzushi Scar, a Hanu who had someone close to him die because of his own ego, and since then has taken efforts to kill his own ego, and the way he tends to put it.
Scarlet.
Well, that was pretty gay.
It was.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
Yeah. It's almost like, okay. So I play Yanghe. She is a human monk. Come from a small town, and she is just out seeking knowledge. That's it.
She must be a little brainy girl.
Yes and no. She's smart, but she's not street smart, shall we say.
And last but not least, Red Admiral V.
I'm Red, and I will be playing Umeko, a Oni that hails from an island far, far away and decided to leave home in the hope to find the glory and adventure to prove herself to her clan. And that's pretty much it, yeah.
All right, and where can everybody find you all? Let's start off with Ontarioku again.
You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on my Twitch. You can find me on YouTube and various other locations as well.
Under as...
just as Ontarioku, which is just, it's a portmanteau of Ontario and Otaku.
Nerd.
We're all nerds here. It's a safe space for all of us here. Boon, where can people find you?
People can find me at BoonSlayer on Twitter. They can find me at youtube.com/BoonSlayer. They can find me at boonslayer.spreadshirt.com. Buy my shirts, you capitalist marks. I had to for the bit. And generally, if you look up BoonSlayer, you're going to find me. It is a portmanteau of Boon and Slayer.
Scarlet Otaku, where can we find you?
Okay. Man, I can't be as funny as Boon, damn it. Okay, so I'm usually floating around on Twitter most of these days. At Scarlet57 Otaku. I'm currently at this recording's time on hiatus, but I've got some plans in the works, shall we say. But until then, you can find me there. And
Red Admiral, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Red Admiral V, and you can also find my art at Red Admiral Draws. And that's pretty much it for now, but in the future, I will maybe start, well, I will, not maybe because I'm working on my assets, but I will start VTubing under another name. So look up for that.
I will look forward to that. Meanwhile, if you want to find me, well, you already found me. This is my channel. Hi, how are you? I'm RNJesus.
Hey, RNJesus, can you bless my gacha rolls?
Gotcha? Sure. Dice rolls?
Yeah.
Not today.
Oh.
But today, we got a fun little campaign started for us.
Yes.
Our group of adventurers had recently just helped out a young woman going by the name of Yaren, whose master has recently been killed by corrupt martial art masters. And as such, in terms for helping her get revenge on her master's killer, she's escorting them out of the valley that they've lived in their entire lives, mostly. And as such, we're actually on our way out the valley. So I'm gonna just do a quick roll here to make sure everything's going all right for your crew. Yeah, 61.
Damn, not 69?
Nah, it's a shame. I have something special planned for that, but we'll see that when it gets happened.
Man, it could have been based.
And on the first night, we got our group here, and I completely forgot about our guests. One moment.
We have a guest? What?
Yeah, the guest character, like NPC character.
Oh.
Completely forgot about their character token on this map. Hiya.
Gotta appreciate the first session scuff.
Yes, it happens.
Beautiful, beautiful session 1 scuff. Crispy.
There we are.
Like a fine Cheeto.
Fine Cheeto.
So I trust everyone can see the nighttime and the fire around them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, for me right now, it's loading.
Ooh.
Loading.
You might need to refresh.
Yeah, I think I need to refresh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
One moment.
I love
I
that
forget.
your
Ah, here we
default,
go.
I love that your default profile icon is shroom.
Ah, yes.
Adorable.
Shrimp.
Shroom. You shroom friend.
Yeah, see, it still has my freaking name, like showing it not as my character's name.
Did you go to like the chat box at the bottom? You can go as and change it
Yeah,
there.
I did, and it didn't change anything.
Did you decide to change it under personalization display in the settings area?
It's a good question. Did I?
Because that's how I'm able to do that.
Oh, character pop out? Where?
So
text
personalization and display at the very top, right above graphics.
Display name, and you just change your display name to
out? Okay.
the name you want.
You know what?
Which is-
This will be funny. I've always wanted to be dad.
Oh no.
I mean, that's a
Well, I mean, this is one of the few times where you can. So.
Yep.
I mean, if you follow some reading of the scripture, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are all but one and the same, so...
I mean, technically.
In this case, it is. I am both myself, my stand, and my dad for this session.
Let's go.
As a GM, I wear many hats.
It's true. That's just fact.
Uh-huh. But anywho,
I had a joke, but I decided not to use it.
You could have.
Anywho, it has been nearly a day since your encounter with the Masters, and you guys do seem a bit tired. As such, Yaren, the lady that you assisted earlier, she's looking at the rest of your group curiously. So tell me, is everyone where you are all of you? irons? She is referring to your levels.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't be able to give you a proper answer because we literally just got started. So
The only Jades we've met are the people that we've fought.
That is kind of odd.
how so?
Well, where I'm from, everyone is gold or higher. The only one that is lower than that are usually the cripples and those that are still young. If we were to go into town
To be
right
fair,
now,
in my case.
what was that?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, to be fair, in my case, I'm kind of new to this land, so I wouldn't expect to have met anyone higher since this is all pretty new to me.
Still, if we do reach town, I feel as if it might be better to try and get you all stronger before we go any further. Tell me a little bit about your paths. Like, what do you specialize in? But don't all of you jump
Yanghe
at
just
once?
like looks around. Yanghe just looks around. She's just like, okay, I guess I'll start then.
Features pet.
What?
Oh, that's rich coming from the
Haha.
monkey.
I am not a monkey.
What? Whatever you say, Zuzu.
Oh.
Xue Zhe. There's
Mhm.
literally the monkey over there.
No, I know. I know what I said.
Sorry, your voice traveled. It sounded like it was echoing from there.
My apologies. That happens on the occasion.
So, I mean, my hometown is literally just filled with people just trying to gather knowledge and, like, you know, share it amongst each other, share it amongst other towns and things like that. So, not really much to really say on that end. I've never been outside my village, so hence why I'm out here. But, yeah. Rough first day.
Trust me. On the path of all forms of cultivation, every path will be rough. What about you, short and dreary? She says she's pointing to you, Xue Zhe.
I'm not that short. But if you must know, I seek the one who took my own existence from me.
Your own existence?
Let's say I am no longer among the living, but I am neither dead, so here I am.
As you say that, she does place her hand on her hilt for a bit. Go on.
They have taken me and turned me into an undead. As such, I seek revenge for the one who did this, at which time, if I too am able to defeat them, I will accept my own demise.
Well then. If you're undead looking to try and find who it was that made you undead, perhaps your best bet would be to look in the city of the Black Flame Empire itself, the main capital city.
That may be of some value, thank you.
But keep in mind on you. I've got my eye on you.
Probably for the best, in that case.
Don't worry, we'll keep his Zombo butt in line. Just like bonks him on the head with her spear.
You just watch, he just slowly turns his head to look at you.
Okay, so I am marked for death. Good to know. I've lived a full life.
You just watch. He gives like the full on like the I'm watching you fingers.
All right.
No, bad zombie, bad. Stop it.
So while those two are doing their thing, tell me more about yourself, Red Lady.
Oh, yeah, well, I come from a place called Oni Island, where me and my kind of all just kind of live together, yeah?
Oni
And,
Island?
Yeah, it's a pretty great place. I mean, if you're an Oni, we don't really see a lot of strangers around there. But yeah, I decided that I would leave the island and look for adventure because well, that's kind of what we do when we're, around that age.
Hmm.
You go seek some adventure and glory, and you prove yourself out there in the world, and then you come back and you find your place in society, yeah? And yeah, that's totally what I'm doing.
So you're trying to find where you fit amongst the society, while you yourself are a total outcast.
Yeah, when you put it like that, sounds about right.
Well, you definitely have your work cut out for you, although I will say, at first I thought you were something else entirely.
Oh, like what?
Well, for where I'm from, we actually have those who look very similar to you. They have similar skin pigmentation, and they have the horns too, and the weird-looking teeth, but they go by the name of tieflings.
Tiefling, huh? Oh, I want to meet one of those.
Well, let me tell you this. They come in all shapes and sizes.
Different colors, too.
Yes, and colors too. So, trust me when I say, if you see one, you're definitely going to know what they are.
Nice.
So all that leaves now is you there, Bushy Brows.
Bushy brows.
Well, I would assume that's why you're wearing the hat covering your face, to hide those big bushy eyebrows.
No, I typically hide my appearance because my specialty tends to be in subterfuge. And it's easier for people, and even though the hat itself is a distinguishing feature, it can be much harder for people to distinguish you when your face itself is hidden.
So in other words, what I'm hearing is that you're a backstabbing coward.
Yes.
Well, it takes all kinds. I'm not going to judge you for it, but I will say that I personally don't approve. And I hope that neither one of us betrays each other.
I would be inclined to agree.
Meanwhile, my name is Yaren. I recently just became a gold, and my teacher was a sage of the sword. As such, I've learned some of his abilities. And right now, all I really want to do is make sure I get the rest of those guys imprisoned for being in cahoots for killing my master. Now then, if I recall correctly, you all left the valley there with a magical item of some sorts, right?
Yeah.
That's correct.
All right. This should make... What's up?
And he pulls out his moon-touched dagger.
Then this would come very easily then. So, in order for you to advance from iron to jade, you need to do more than just bond with your magic item. You need to take its magic from itself and put it into you. With it, you'll then be able to create these. She says as he reaches into a bag and pulls out a pair of almost translucent coins. Go ahead, touch it. She says she hands one out to Xue Zhe.
Right? And he touches it.
Alright. She places it in your hand and it feels cold. Almost like ice. But it also feels as weightless as air.
Hmm.
And yet it still feels as solid as silver.
Hmm. Intriguing.
Yes.
I've never encountered anything like this.
By the time that you're able to reach Jade, you're able to at least make these coins. These coins are going to be able to assist you in getting your gold sign, as it were. She says as she unsheaths her golden sword. Since I'm on the path of the sword, mine just happened to take the form of this.
Hmm.
Of course, gold signs vary from person to person, from path to path, and also depends on how you actually get to gold. The way that I reached gold was through a very standard process. I had to make a deal with a gold level remnant, which was the remnant of my master. By giving them enough coins, I was able to subdue them and at least invite them into my soul. From there, they bonded with me. But I'm getting a little out of order. Let's try to do this one step at a time. Do you know how to at least initiate the bond with you and your magic items?
You mean like attuning to it?
Yes, that is the very first step.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've managed to change my item pretty okay.
My item is a correct?
I don't recall if we attuned those items to you guys in the last session, so...
I don't believe
Is it
so.
big?
Also, for some reason, like, I had the item written down on my sheet, but it's not written here.
I still have. I still have mine in my sheet.
I still
It just
remember
doesn't
what
list
mine
whether-
was. I just don't remember if I actually. I don't think that I actually saved it onto my character sheet.
I saved mine.
Okay.
I should I got it all the description and what it does.
So fun fact, moon-touched weapons are not actually attunement.
Oh,
You
no.
wouldn't normally attune to them, but obviously we can sort of jerry-rig the rules where it's like, whatever, it's attunement because that's the way that this works. Maybe that's why he hasn't done it yet, is because you wouldn't normally attune to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it pretty much acts like a glow-in-the-dark weapon in this case, because there's no attunement needed.
Well, I didn't get a weapon. I got the earrings.
Yes, your earrings do require attunement. To my knowledge, the key doesn't require attunement. Let's see, what else was there?
I got the clockwork amulet. Doesn't seem like it needs attunement.
Clockwork amulet? I think that does.
Doesn't
Clockwork
seem like it
amulet.
says
The boots-
anything about it.
Hold on.
Bring it up real quick. Doesn't require attunement.
It doesn't?
Nope. So I'd imagine those of us with items that technically don't require attunement, were kind of confused by
Oh.
it's like, didn't we already do this? Isn't this already a thing?
So it does. All right. If you are all sufficiently melded with your attuned to your items, then we'll try to begin at least the first process. We'll do this one at a time, because otherwise things can get dangerous. So, who wants to be the first to volunteer?
Me.
All right,
do it.
then. The rest of you three be on lookout. I'm going to try and help out Red here with her advancement. As such, which of you three is going to be doing perception? Sorry, is going to be on the lookout for tonight?
I can imagine that Kuzushi's Scar could do that.
I was gonna say 1, 2, 3, not it.
All right, so you're going to be doing it first?
Mhm.
All right, then roll me a quick perception.
That's not great.
That's not great at all.
I
A
would argue
6.
that's bad.
Yes, a 6 is pretty bad. But you are indeed trying to keep out a lookout. As Umeko, I'm going to need a Constitution save from you.
Oh boy. Con save. Constitution.
So a 15.
Nice.
Good.
You close your eyes and you begin to meditate. You feel something start to stir, as if you feel something growing inside of your body, pushing outwards from your skin.
You're pregnant.
No, she's not pregnant. I'm not going to do that to any of you guys here.
Dang.
However, it does feel uncomfortable. Almost as if you're trying to grow a new organ inside of you. Now, who's going to be making lookout next?
Okay, I want to do rock, paper, scissors with Xue Zhe.
Well, what we need to roll for this? Or just to,
All right, hold
or
on.
just
I got an idea here.
Okay.
I want you both to DM me your choice, and I will tell you who wins.
Oh, okay.
all right. Hang on.
Alright. I need to remember where you are. Oh, there you are. We can just do this. There we go.
All right. 1, 2, 3. You both throw it at your sign, and they're both scissors. Tell me
Oh
again.
my god.
Okay.
All right. You
Nerd.
try this again. 1, 2, 3. You both throw out. One of you has a flat hand. One of you has a fist. And it ends up being that Xue Zhe's the winner.
You just watch. He just like walks back to his just like out of his like bedroll or whatever. He's just like, have fun.
Yeah.
Don't let the Hokoras bite.
They bite.
Wait, those things bite?
You just watch. He just falls asleep.
Okay. So perception? Ayo.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Umeko, I'm going to need a Constitution save from you.
Another one, right? Woof.
Oh.
Oh dear.
You're gritting
no.
your teeth as you're starting to sweat bullets. You're fighting hard to try and push through, but it's making your body weaker, more tense, as you start to take a level of exhaustion. With that being said, Yanghe, you may not be able to see far into the darkness. You can hear. And there's the sound of what sounds like an owl coming closer. Then you hear the snapping of, then you hear the snapping of twigs.
I have my spear ready.
You just have your spear ready.
I have
You
my
don't-
spear ready. I'm keeping lookout the moment I see anything come out of the bushes. I'm whistling.
You weren't able to see much in terms of due to the darkness around you right now.
Get back closer to the camp, and I start kicking Xue Zhe up.
Do you want?
Either A, it's your turn, or B, there's something out there.
I swear above, if it's a squirrel, I'm feeding you to it.
You know what? I'd probably do the same to me too.
You just watch, he just like raises his long arms up, slumps him on the ground, and just drags his body up. Alright, where is it?
As you begin to open your eyes and look out into the darkness, you start to see something enter your dark vision. It's something with the face of a bird, but the body of a bear.
That is not a squirrel.
Okay. What do you suggest we do?
I suggest you stand right here perfectly still.
You're not gonna feed me to it, are you?
Of course not. Why would I ever?
You said that you would feed me to a squirrel.
Because you woke me. And
Should
you
I-
literally said you would have done the same.
Should I rake the others? Is what I'm going to ask next.
It might be for the best.
The only one that's asleep right now is Jai Kuzushi.
She's gonna scooch on over to Jai and start kicking him too.
Waking
Hey.
him up. I'm just gonna make I'm just gonna make an attack roll.
And what are you attacking?
I attacked the
I'm
darkness.
attacking the thing. I'm attacking the thing that's kicking me.
Alright, so you are attacking Yanghe.
Yep. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
All right. I don't get sneak attack, so it's just 5 damage.
Ow.
Why would you wake me up like that?
What
Because
did you
there's
learn?
Because there's something out there and I wanted to be discreet.
Fine.
With that being said, after Jai's display, the three of you and this owlbear are going to be rolling initiative.
Great.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Mood.
Wonderful.
Mood. Understandable. Have a nice day. Oh, buddy. He ready to fight?
Alright, let's see. Its
Calculator
initiative
out, 'cause, like, I can't
is...
brain for crap.
That's odd. Why can't I find its initiative
It's the
modifier?
only soup.
And what I think that's like dexterity by.
Yeah, D10 plus Dex mod.
Yeah, I don't think that you usually list it on like
Hmm.
the monster
I
sheet.
set
You
it
may
to-
have to.
Well, it's basically normally just plus dexterity. If it had another bonus to initiative, it would list it. Oh no. That's not great for it.
Yeah, that may not be great, but you know what? It's better than it having a 20 against you guys.
True.
There.
All right, so all we need now is Scarlet's initiative roll.
Oh, right. I thought that it had gone through. It's still not going through. What the hell?
Oh, hold on, I think I see the issue.
It did
You
show the 15.
Yeah, there's a
There you
16
go.
first.
I had initially rolled a 16. That's why I was just a little confused.
Oh, okay. You click on your token before rolling the initiative, and it should go through properly.
Well, I was doing it through my my character sheet. That's why I was confused.
Oh yeah, you got to click
Okay.
on your character the character token first on the map. But with that being
So
said,
that way it knows
Shy.
this is the thing that's getting this initiative roll.
Okay.
Yes, you are waking up, and I believe you also have dark vision, don't you?
Do I?
Nope.
No.
But you do have that dagger of yours, right?
I do have the Moon Touch Dagger, yes.
Do you use it?
Yeah.
As you take it out, it does begin to show your light source a little bit better.
Downside is it's a little bit more difficult for me to be stealthy, but at the same time, necessary things are necessary.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just like, okay, which way was this dumb owl bear? Or was this dumb thing of yours?
Pointing
I
at
don't-
the stick, pointing with the stick. That way.
She's pointing directly
and-
north of her.
Okay, so be like, so I'm going to have to, right? I'm gonna have to do my movement like a step or two at a time, because I may have to change how I move as I go. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There it is. 30. I see it. That's my movement. I have something here to give me some cover. So
That is a big plant by your foot.
right. So I'll tell you what. And I can see it, so I can still do a ranged attack. Do I have any sort of penalty or disadvantage on that?
How many hands do you need to use your sling?
My tail.
You can use your tail for a sling attack?
Yes.
Because
it's a one-handed simple weapon.
Well, if you're using your tail, then unless you have any penalties from using your tail as a thing to use weapon attacks with, you should be all set.
All right. I unfortunately will not be getting sneak attack, but I presume a 23 hits.
It does.
That'll be 5 damage, 5 bludgeoning. It's more damage than 0.
Yes, it is.
And I will use my bonus action to hide behind this plant.
That plant is only ankle high.
I mean, I could probably still, like... So, are you saying I wouldn't legally be able to hide here?
No.
Okay. Then I'll use my... Fuck, what are my other cunning action things, then? Because I can't move anywhere where I can hide. Unless I dash back. But
How much movement speed does dash give you in that regard?
It'll give me 30 in a straight line.
Okay.
Because yeah, I can't hide with it. So, and I probably don't see if the owlbear is carrying something, so I can't really. And I don't have my mage hand active anyway. So. Of course, I probably don't even have to use all 30. And it's like. Fuck. And what are my spells again? Because it's been a hot minute.
It's been more than a hot minute.
And I haven't gotten my long rest yet, have I?
Mm-mm.
Nope. We're still in the middle of that.
Okay. So. Yeah, I'm not someone who should be on the front line if I can help it. I apologize for having to think about this so much because it's a tricky biznew.
No, that's fine. I understand.
Yeah, it's a tricky biznew because me plus owlbear probably equals squish. So I'll use my dash action to move back here. It's like
Now, the dash action actually takes an action, so do you want to mulligan your sling attack, or...
no, I can do it as a bonus action because of cunning action.
Oh yes, your second level action is a rogue, that's right.
Yeah.
Alright. So in that case, Yanghe, it is your turn.
Yanghe.
Yanghe, sorry. I'm gonna keep making that mistake, and I'm trying not to, I promise.
I'm trying very hard to make sure that I'm saying the name correctly, so if people start yelling at me, I apologize. I am but a filthy white woman American.
Yeah, there's just no pleasing some people.
There's just no winning whatsoever. Okay, so, actually what I want to try and do is I want to try and scare it away. Considering that what we're dealing with now is just a creature.
As far as you know.
It's just an animal as far as I know. So I think what Yanghe is gonna do is she is going to take one of her torches, light it, and throw it in the general direction of the creature. That way she can see it better.
Alright, make me a ranged attack throw.
Okay, is that just a dex?
Yeah, it's basically like a throwing attack. So it'd be your dex modifier, and this would be a improvised weapon then, so you wouldn't get that proficiency bonus.
I'm trying to figure out how I would.
But if you're just throwing it, if you're throwing it at a square, I mean the AC of that is going to be 5.
I'm not throwing it at its square. I'm just trying to throw it closely to it, just so that I can get a good look at it.
Yeah, like I said, throwing it at a square, like on the ground, is just an AC of 5. Like.
Okay. So.
If you click the word dexterity on your sheet, you'll do just a regular dex check without.
Okay. I wasn't entirely too sure. Oof.
Not a problem. You still beat that. You still beat the AC of 5.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I throw it in that general direction with a torch lit.
Alrighty then.
Hopefully the fire scares it.
So is it 10 feet for a torch or 15 feet?
I have no idea. It's an item.
I believe a torch lights up
20 feet.
Okay.
So basically from
20-foot radius, burns for about an hour.
All right.
That is actually very helpful.
Yes. As now you can see it. Yanghe.
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 Jose.
Xue Zhe.
Oh, Xue Zhe.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Xue Zhe.
All right, what can I do? Hmm. All right. Just check real quick. I think I know what to do. I just went. No, that's not really necessary. Well, if we're trying to scare it off, then I am just going to try and intimidate it. Can I just try and like bluff and intimidate it?
Let's see if I recall correctly. Is there a handle animal?
I have animal handling, but I thought it was just like straight intimidation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You don't need to speak the language in order to intimidate. I'm thinking of other charisma skills. So yeah, go right ahead.
Not bad.
Nice.
All right. You do remember hearing that certain animals are afraid of something that's either bigger than them or something that's loud. So you decide to do both at once.
I just think that one seems a joke. We're bigger than you, in which case you find terrifying.
In which case, the thing starts to scuttle on back to the darkness. And that does it for combat.
Ayo.
All right, when we get out of initiative, I can collect one of my bullets.
I'm going to head on over and collect my my torch. And just put it out.
And as you're doing that, Yaren has been keeping an eye on you guys while at the same time having a hand on Umeko's shoulder. Well, say what you will, but you at least know how to work together. That's some good news. Now, Umeko, how are you feeling?
Tired.
All right, just tired? You're not feeling any fatigue? You're not feeling any, like... If you keep on going, you're gonna die, or...
No, I think I'm fine.
Good. That means we can keep on pushing through. Alrighty then. So I'm going to need one more Constitution save from Umeko. You're trying to get further and further into this. Trying to accept the magic from the item into your body. You feel the power starting to well up inside of you. It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. It's hurting. It's starting to hurt a lot. If you don't release it right now, you might blow up. What do you do?
I guess I release it?
As you release the energy from within you, you hear just a sigh from right across from you. You were so close. You could have almost gotten it. The item still has the magic in it, but you're not going to be trying again for the rest of the night.
Aw, damn.
With that being said, you still have that level of fatigue, and you still need a long rest in order to get rid of that.
Oh,
Well, we can try again another time. In the meantime, tomorrow we can do one of you three.
My watch is over. Your turn, Zuzu.
I'm going back to sleep.
Yes.
Good night, Zuzu.
I like to roll a
Jack
grapple
away
check.
To no longer.
All right.
I need to roll like strength.
Yes, I believe it's opposing strength checks, right?
All right.
Can I roll an opposing dex to try and dodge?
Let's see here. Rebel features.
And can I
Doesn't
try
tell
and
me-
dodge the?
I'm trying to figure out how you grapple
Oh,
them,
okay.
but like,
I think it's a constitution. I think it's a contesting strength actually.
all right. A strength or athletics check contested against a target's strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check.
Okay.
So you're more than welcome to use your. Also, that was a strength save, not a strength check.
It would be the same. He doesn't have proficiency, I don't think.
Yeah. Xue Zhe, you try to lunge forward with your arms, but Yanghe is just a little bit too dexterous, and they just they pretty much put a hand on your shoulder and flip over you to avoid being grappled.
He's watching. He just turns his head and just walks, just stands guard.
She just rolls out her bedroll slightly close to the campfire and just starts snuggling up next to it, staying warm.
As such, Xue Zhe, I'm going to need your perception check.
Perception.
Perception.
Good news is you can see a lot better in this darkness than everyone else around you can, with possibly an exception for Umeko and maybe Yurin. You're not entirely sure, but possibly.
I can see a little bit in front of me.
Uh-huh. And as such, you don't see or hear anything that's out of place in this area. And daytime comes.
So long rest happen?
Long rest is complete.
Nice.
Excellent.
Any levels of exhaustion you just got reduced by 1. And you guys regain hit points up to, I believe, up to your hit die, or is that different in 5e?
You regain all of your hit points, and any hit die you spent during a short rest, you get half of those back.
Ah, okay.
Well, you get half of your total number of hit die back, basically.
All right. Well then, that was quite the night. She goes to get everyone ready again to head on out.
Yana just hops up, rolls up her bedroll, and walks on over to Xue Zhe and just pats his shoulder. So,
So,
Nothing, huh?
well, there were several red dragons that were considering having you for a nighttime snack, but I thankfully scared them away for you.
Aww. You really do care, Zuzu.
I wish to have the pleasure of killing you myself.
Don't you guys save that for your revenge plot?
Who's to say I can't kill others on the way there?
That'd be ruining the fun.
Story. Moving on.
Says you.
Says me.
Yes, the person who does not want to be killed.
She just bonks you with her spear again.
He just slowly turns his head.
Hmm. Tell me, how long have you two known each other before this?
Not long at all.
That's rather odd. You two argue as if you're already married.
He's dead and probably like several years older than I don't know how long he's been dead.
No, thank you.
Hey, I'm just calling it how I sees it.
It's much like I call it that this is some sort of long-lost pet, which is definitely not trained to live in the household.
Haha, very funny.
Like I say, I call them as I sees them.
Well, at least you haven't lost your sense of humor with your life, now have you?
How long until the two of you shut up again?
About the same amount of a time it would take for us to drag your bedroll into the water. With you.
Okay, that's it. I think I'm going to be separating you two.
Fine.
At least someone wants. At least someone's willing to do it.
I mean, are you strong enough to do it?
No.
I'm gonna scoot over and sit next to Umeko.
You okay?
I'm fine. Honestly, he could do a heck of a lot worse. What about you? You were pretty, like, wiped out last night.
Yeah, I just really started to feel awful, but hopefully I can tough it up next time, but that didn't feel great.
I mean, considering that she said that you were really close, you know, it just shows how tough you are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty tough, aren't I?
I think so. Especially coming from a place called, like, Orc Island? Or Oni Island? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Oni Island.
I'd love to go and visit. That sounds so cool.
I'll bring you once we're done with all this pat stuff. Yeah, I'll bring you. Oh, we'll have a good time.
I mean,
That'd
if
be
it
great.
makes you feel any better, you can actually see Oni Island on the world map. It's on the far left-hand side.
Where is it?
It's the
Far left. I think I see it.
You can see it. Yay!
yes, this is the island right over here, where the orange ping is at.
Eee! That's cool.
So it's within this continent.
One of these days, we're gonna go to Oni Island and we're gonna have a big party.
Yes.
And with a 79, let's get ready with another nighttime here. So then, which of you three want to try and advance next?
I'll do it.
All right then. You got your sword?
The dagger. He pulls it out. Yes.
Yeah, it's a bladed weapon to me. As far as I'm concerned, all bladed weapons are swords. Even axes and spears.
I suppose that's understandable.
She's got that kind of mom mentality where every video game system is Nintendo.
At least she's there.
All right then. Sit down and start cycling. I'm going to try and walk you through this. So with that being said, who's going to be watching first tonight?
Oh, I'll do it. Seems only fair since you guys watch over me, so.
Okay. Just, if you ever get tired, just let us know, okay?
Yeah.
All right. You're keeping your eyes open. And as such, roll me your perception, my friend.
Oh.
Oofda.
Well, you are just sitting down, relaxing, and watching the scenery and nature as it goes by. And from the corner of an eye, you do see something odd. You see just a lone moose just walking on by. Its white fur and white antlers gleaming. Aside from that, you don't really see anything else of note.
White moose.
Well, yes, it's a white moose.
White moose. White.
A shiny white moose.
No, it doesn't look
God,
shiny.
it's a shiny stamp. Oh my god, it's a shiny Stantler.
Maybe.
Throw a Pokeball at it.
It's the god of the forest.
Oh god.
Look, Vegeta. A Chaozu.
Mean-
Let's see if I can get a critical.
In the meantime, Jai, Constitution save, my friend. You close your eyes and you try to breathe deeply, trying to take in this energy. As such, it does start to well up inside of you. Your breathing starts to get a little bit faster, a little bit heavier. Your sweating starts to increase in speed and volumes. And you do push yourself forward, but your body feels a lot sore and tired afterwards. You've got 1 point of exhaustion on you.
Fantastic.
All right. Now for the second watch.
Rock, paper, scissors, again. Let's go.
Well,
Alrighty then. This time, you think you got the other one thought out. You both think that you can beat the other one. And then, you both throw out one rock, one paper. Xue Zhe, looks like you lost this time.
very well.
Wait, you sure you didn't let me win?
Of course not.
Not sure if I believe him. Actually, I can never be sure if this guy says is true or not.
Honestly, I'm just gonna take what he says with a grain of salt and just move on. Just roll up my bedroll. Just snuggle up.
All
I'm going
right.
to reach into my bag, pull out one of my rations, and pull out a single grain of salt off of it, and then drop it on her head.
What the?
Wow.
The pettiness. Surreal. Anyways, whenever you are ready with your perception, you are more than welcome to roll it. You're keeping your eyes out. And while you don't see anything, your nose does definitely pick something up. Smells like the smell of blood.
Like copper.
That cannot be good.
But you're looking around, you don't see anything. Now, Jai, I'm going to need another Constitution save from you.
That's a little better, although it makes sense that I'm having a little bit of a hard time considering what we discussed about the nature of mine.
Uh-huh. As such, you're grunting, you're groaning, you're trying to push further and further as you start to feel something start to grow inside of you. Almost feels as if there's something that's pushing up against the very core of your chest. Let's see here. If I recall correctly, it was a... Yep. No exhaustion for this. You are all set on this one.
Okay. Whew.
Yanghe, it is your turn.
Okay.
I just walk over and basically I just reach over with my long clawed hand and just like tap like water torture in the top of her head.
Ah, yes, you dip your fingers in water and just have those fingers just dingle over her head. I see.
She like tries to turn her head, just trying to like bury her head back into her bedroll.
Grapple her bedroll.
Ah! Okay. I was having a wonderful dream too.
Was it the one where you're tolerable?
No, it was the one where you were.
What a wonderful dream that must be.
I know, right? Picks up her spear, goes over into position, and just shakes herself awake.
Jai, time for your next Constitution save.
All right.
Your breathing starts to get a little bit more normal now as you're trying to take the energy from the the dagger into you. The dagger slowly begins to fade dimly. As such, you start to feel its power coursing through your veins. Starts welling up inside of you, building up more and more into your chest that you just felt that new organ just come into place. Starting to get bigger and bigger. Starting to hurt now. What do you do?
I hold on to it.
We will discuss how that happens next round. As Yanghe,
What do I see?
out from the corners of the darkness, you start to see white coming into light. And then, after that white comes into light, comes red.
Is it sunrise?
No.
Moose.
It's a moose.
Dad, the moose.
A very bloody moose.
And it, yes,
Bloody moose!
as you see it get closer and closer to you through the fire, you do manage to see that yeah, there's blood on the hooves, the mouth, and the antlers.
Can I roll a nature to see if this particular moose was either predator or prey in this particular scenario?
Go right ahead.
Okay. Nature?
Yep.
10.
Moose are usually herbivores.
She whistles. Just trying to wake everybody up. I can't do the whistle that I want to do, but like it's basically like one of those
Elongated whistles to try and get everybody's attention.
yes.
Jai, you hear this whistle. What do you do?
I remained focused on this. I'm almost fucking there.
You are correct. You are almost there. As Xue Zhe, Yanghe, and Umeko, you see a white moose near the campsite, covered in blood on parts of its bodies. As such, here's something you probably aren't expecting. What are you doing in my home?
Did it just talk?
I think it did.
Is that normal around here?
Not particularly, no.
Depends who you ask.
We're just passing through. Trying to bed down for the night. That's all.
If you promise to leave my home safely, then I will only ask for a small token of your cooperation.
That depends on what it is you're asking.
I am hungry.
Okay. I'm gonna look through my rations, see what I can offer. I've got this dried jerky.
You offer the jerky to the moose?
Mm-hmm. Very, very carefully.
Out of context D&D.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say something, but no, yeah, this is pretty much out of context D&D here.
I offer a jerky to the moose.
All right. Come closer, young one.
No, I think I'm gonna stay right here. I can toss this over to you, and if that's good enough, then we can go our separate ways.
You wound me. You do not trust me?
I don't know you. So no.
Don't be rude to the blood-soaked moose.
Out of context D&D number 48.
I'm just being honest. It would be rude not to be.
You come into my home and make yourselves at my home. Do you not find that rude as well?
We didn't know that this was your abode. Surely if we knew, we would have pressed on and minded our own business and left you well alone, but...
That is all fine. However, to offer me a gift and then not step forward with it, that is quite rude as well.
Considering the fact that you are literally covered in blood, I don't think that you can blame me for being cautious in that regard. That's a bit scary, don't you think?
How else am I to eat my food?
Well, that's a bit...
He has you there.
I'm gonna hold back on what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna hold back on what I was gonna say.
If you will not give me a gift properly, then I will be forced to take one. And you may not like what I choose.
Well, I'll give you some of my rations then. Yeah. Would that be okay?
By all means, give it to me.
All right. So it's gonna be Umeko's turn to look into her ration, and she's gonna also pull off some beef jerky. And as he gets closer, she's going to, well, take what Yanghe also put down, and she's gonna get real close to the moose and just put her hand in front of it and wait for it to take its offering.
You hold out the jerky in your hand, and as such, it lowers its head closer to your hand, its mouth opening. You see its sharp teeth as it tries to bite onto the jerky, its lips brushing against your hand, and then you also feel the teeth brushing against your hand. It doesn't bite your hand, of course, but it feels like it could if you make one wrong move. And he chews very slowly.
Well, I'm not gonna move then.
Once he finishes, he lifts his head up. You see a smile on his moosey face. Most impressive.
Am I? Well, I mean,
Most
yeah.
others would run in fear, and as such, they would lose a hand. But you are either very brave, very stupid, or both.
I think the answer is yes.
I like you. I shall leave you
do?
be for tonight. But see that you are gone before tomorrow night, or I may not be as welcoming.
Yes, sir.
The moose begins to walk back out into the forest in the darkness.
So, does the bloody moose liking me is a good or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing for now, but we should definitely do what he says in the morning.
Yeah, I agree.
Truth be told, he's nothing more than a dread beast.
What now?
When regular animals start to take in energy, they become either corrupted or blessed by the energy. The good ones are referred to as sacred or spiritual beasts. Meanwhile, the evil ones are referred to as dread beasts. If he likes you, it either means because of the fact that he can manipulate you, or he's planning to eat you later.
Mm,
I'm not gonna sleep now. I can't go to sleep now.
But I will agree with you all. Rather than standing here and try to fight him at a, well, one-on-one in this case for me, or be 1.5 against 1. Jai, your last
Yes.
your last constitution save for the night.
Sure. Oh.
Ooh.
All right. Your eyes are closed tightly. Your body shaking. Your head a little bit in a fever. Your face flushed with blush. And as such, the magic in your dagger dies out. And you have leveled up, but also gained another level of exhaustion.
That will work. So, fun fact about my level up. Jai is dual core.
Ah, so you split your core.
Mm-hmm. I figure with the dagger being made of light, it makes sense for his first level paladin to come now.
Mm-hmm. As such, Yaren will smile as you start to feel a tingle across your body. Roll me an honor check. So, looks like you finally gotten better. You know that tingle you just felt? Yoo-hoo, Monkey Man, did you hear me?
Yeah. What was that?
Whenever someone tries to scan your cores, you're gonna feel that now. Basically, you'll have a chance to try and stop them so that they don't see anything you don't want them to see. With that, you'll also be able to see other people's cores as well.
I see.
But, cheers and celebration are in order. Alright. And as such, now would be the time to go for a long rest.
Okay.
So just a little heads up as to what's going on here for you guys. For the first 8 hours of the day, you guys are traveling. The second 8 hours of the day is going to be spent trying to basically level you guys up from iron to jade. And the other 8 hours is going to be used for your long rest.
Okay.
I can heal a little bit now.
Uh-huh.
Yanghe is sitting next to Umeko, and she's just very, very quiet.
You okay?
I don't know if I'm gonna sleep well tonight.
Yeah. Oh. Gotta say, after last night, I'm
Mm-hmm.
mm, yeah, not thrilled.
Oh, come now. What's the worst that could happen?
Literally losing a hand last night could have been really bad.
Yeah, it
Having
could have
us
been
all
bad.
eaten
Not the worst thing
alive.
that could happen. You could be eaten whole.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, having your hand bitten off couldn't be worse. You could have been impaled upon its antlers, have your entrails ripped off, torn in half, and dragged away, screaming into the night.
Stomped to
Moose
death.
are scary, okay?
Wait, you're scared of a moose?
Yes! Have you not? Okay, no, seriously. Moose are freaking terrifying! You stare one down, it takes that as a challenge!
Now hold
Why
on.
are you
sa-
trying to stare down the animal?
Ugh, that's not the point.
It is kind of the point. I'm asking why you're randomly having stare downs with animals instead of literally doing anything else.
I mean, if you freeze, okay? You know the fight or flight responses? When you're scared?
I don't get scared, so I wouldn't.
Of course not. But at least you know the concept, right?
I said, yep, what a concept.
My point is, my fight or flight response is actually the third option. Freeze! I get scared, I
Then it's
freeze
not-
up.
Then it's not a fight or flight response now, is it?
So it's less fight or flight and more, please allow me to stand here while you devour my soul.
I can't help it, okay? It's a freaking... It's literally something I cannot control.
That does sound like a skill issue.
Haha, very funny.
I used to freeze like you too.
Right, sure you did.
You don't believe me?
Honestly, I thought you were joining with him and teasing me.
No. It is something you work towards growing out of, but it's something that's possible to grow out of.
I actually will have to agree with them. At first, when I started training, I used to freeze up whenever my master began to do our training sessions with me. But now, I just do them like second nature. You're just gonna have to keep doing it over and over again until it becomes second nature to you.
Great. Fantastic. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not saying that it isn't a possible solution to my problem, and I understand that it's my problem entirely. But I have my doubts.
Oh, we're all gonna have doubts. Just don't let them cloud your mind.
Easier said than done, but I will try my best. That's all I can really ask of myself at this point.
Look, Yanghe, when you're in a fight, what do you have your mind on? Do you have your mind on your friends? Do you have your mind on the enemy? Do you have your mind on the environment?
Gosh, usually my opponents aren't that scary.
What are you fighting then, bunnies?
As you say
Usually
that, Yurin looks directly at you in a look of shock. Don't ever joke about that.
Duly noted.
I mean, it's a mix of all three. I mean, it's easier when I have to fight against people, you know? I can like somewhat predict what people can do. I can somewhat like improvise in that sort of sense, you know?
Uh-huh.
And usually people aren't that scary. Creatures, on the other hand, I'm not so good with animals. I like animals, don't get me wrong, but I don't know whether or not a cat is going to scratch at me or it's going to brush up against me. I don't know whether or not a dog is going to just bark at me or it's going to try and chase and bite me. And sometimes I can't fight that.
Hmm. Well, there's not a lot of information I could give you about that. Wish I could, though. All I can tell you is find what's important with you and focus on that. If these guys here with us are what's important to you, then try to do your best to be with them. If trying to go back home is what's important to you, try to go back home. If trying to get justice done is what's important to you, get justice done.
So you gave me those options and I say all three, so it's a little difficult to really pick one in that regard.
Well, if all three are equally important to you, then do all three.
I'm still not going to sleep well tonight.
And on to the next night. All right. So, now that we got one of you completed, let's just leave the other three. As such, who wants to go first? Or second or third? I'm no good with numbers.
Very well, I will go.
All right.
Good luck.
You got your item with you?
I do.
Good. Aaron makes her way over to you, Xue Zhe. So who's going to be doing the first watch?
I will. Yanghe's not going to be able to sleep anyway.
Literally or figuratively?
Literally. She's too rattled at this point. May as well just like do the first watch.
All right.
That might help her.
Roll me a perception.
I keep putting my freaking character sheet away. I need to not do that. Okay. Perception. Ooh! That's good.
You're looking all directions around you, in front of you, behind you, to the left, to the right, and even above. And the only thing that...
real rattled.
Yes. And with the exception of a animal flying past the moon as a silhouette, nothing else really caught your attention. Xue Zhe, Constitution save for me.
All right. Oh no.
Oh.
You feel the
19.
bones inside of your body begin to rattle as you're trying to force them to stay still. You feel as if that your muscles and body are not cooperating with you as they should be, as you manage to take 1 point of exhaustion.
All right.
Umeko, Jai, which V2 is going to next?
I will go next.
All right. Roll me a perception, and since you still have 1 point of exhaustion, because you took 2 from last night and only had 1 long rest, this is going to be at disadvantage.
All right. I should ask, is my Moontouch dagger like no longer a Moontouch dagger?
It is no longer Moon Touch, it's just a regular dagger.
Okay, so I probably don't still have this aura of light, do I?
Ah, right.
Either way, poor spat should.
All right, so a 6.
Can I do a thing that may help me a little bit in seeing if something is around?
And what is that?
I would like to use Divine Sense. It won't detect everything, but it should detect if there are celestial fiends or undeads in the area.
Yes, it is indeed going off. There is one to your west.
Which type?
Undead.
Yeah, that tracks. Okay. To be fair, I would also see if there's other ones within 60 feet. So
There are no celestial, fiend, or other undead aside from Xue Zhe.
right, still helpful.
Xue Zhe, we're going to need another Constitution save from you.
Okay.
You feel yourself grunting and groaning really hard as your body tries to form this organ inside of you. It's starting to get painful now as you're gripping your hands very tightly, and your hands actually starting to bleed a little blood on the side effect of this. You would take a 2nd point of exhaustion. Alright, next is Umiko's turn.
Red! Are you alive?
But Admiral, are you there?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry, I was taking a sip of water. Yes.
Drinking on the freaking stream?
How
I
dare you
know.
stay hydrated?
Rude.
I know. So rude. Perception. Here I go.
Ayo!
Yo! Hey! That sip of water was worth it. I'll take another to still.
You know what? Yeah, that's at least worth it, because as you are indeed keeping an eye out, you do manage to see a somewhat good sight.
Oh?
Yes. No, that is not what I wanted to do. There we are. No, that is not what I wanted to do. Dang it. Stop that. There we are. You start to feel and hear thundering footsteps ahead of you. As such, you see this giant creature that is even bigger than the moose, with a smaller version behind it. They're walking by. They stop, look in your direction for a bit, and they just continue walking.
Mama and baby giant?
So cute.
Mama and baby giant, is that what we're saying?
Well, I wouldn't say they were a giant per se. They were just bigger than the moose. They were quadrupeds.
On the map, it looked like some Triceratops.
Could have been.
Not sure what they were, but it's a mama and her baby. That's
Mama and baby. Mama and baby.
Uh-huh. All right. Xue Zhe, another Constitution save.
Okay. Oh, come on.
Oh, buddy. Oh no.
Xue Zhe, you feel as if you have liquid lightning inside of your veins right now, and you're trying to hold that all within your body. You feel fatigued, you feel sore, you feel every color under the sun except perfectly fine. And as such, you're left with this one question. Do you continue holding on to this power, or do you release it?
I hold on.
As you hold on to this power, you yell sharply as you feel as if that lightning just entered into your heart, giving you a 3rd point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. You don't need to keep going through this if you're not feeling up to it. If you want to back down, now's your chance.
No. I will continue. I will die when my job is completed.
Damn.
All right. Just don't push yourself. If you try to ascend faster and faster, eventually you're going to end up being deader faster and faster.
I will not allow that.
With that being said, roll me your final Constitution save.
I get the feeling I may need to make a new character.
You feel something. You feel a warmth in your body, followed by a thump in your chest. You open your eyes. You're still undead. But for a moment, for a brief moment, you felt like you were alive again for a moment. Good news is, you only took 3 points of exhaustion, and you're now level 4. Welcome to becoming
All right.
Jade. As such, roll me an honor check.
Second. Honor.
Huh. Ain't that a kick in the pants? Either I'm getting rusty or you're actually good at this. You can actually hide your level from me now. Congratulations. And it's actually starting to get a little bit late for us here, so now will probably be the best time for us to end today's session.
All right.
Ayo.
Hi.
So once again, if you guys do want to find us, you can find us on our various social medias and whatnot. Where can I find you, Ontario?
You can find me on Twitter as Ontarioku. You can find me on Twitch as Ontarioku. You can find me on YouTube as Ontarioku.
And Boon, what about you?
You can find me at BoonSlayer on Twitter. You can find me at youtube.com/BoonSlayer.
And Scarlet?
Dad's Scarlet 57 Otaku on Twitter. That's it.
And Red Admiral?
You can find me on Twitter at Red Admiral, and for my art, you can find me at Red Admiral Draws on Twitter too.
As for me, you can find me over at RNJesus Vtuber for both Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. In the meantime, you all be safe, you guys be awesome, and support Open D&D and stop the sub. Bye!
Hey.
Bye.
Catch you later.
Bye-bye, buddy.